All right, what's going on, you guys? Nick here with Nick Strength and Power. I've got a couple of interesting stories for you guys today. The first story, Roelly Winklaar with a freaky physique update, a tricep shot. And it's kind of funny because just yesterday we saw the workout video from Roelly, and I was just saying how we haven't really seen any really freaky updates from Roelly Winklaar. And I think this picture was taken after that workout. So sure enough, Roelly Winklaar blessed us with a freaky tricep shot. And man, I got to say, this is probably the best physique update you guys are going to see this week. At 5 weeks out from the Olympia, Roelly Winklaar easily has some of the best arms in the history of the IFBB in general. I mean, his triceps, it looks like this photo is photoshopped, but you know that Roelly's arms are so crazy that you know it's not photoshopped. Like, if it were anybody else, you would say this was a Photoshop picture. But Roelly, you guys know, it's just Roelly. His arms are freaking insane. And we're not just talking about the size and the shape and the roundness that Roelly has in his arms. Look how vascular his freaking triceps are. He's got vascularity all over his arm. So the fact that he's that round and full and he's still that lean, it's insane. And I hope to see Roelly do really well at this year's Mr. Olympia. I hope he's able to get there. I know, again, he's an international guy. He's over there at Oxygen Gym in Kuwait, where also Brandon Curry is. So it's a little bit different for Roelly because Roelly is not a U.S. citizen and Brandon is. So when Brandon returns from Kuwait to America to compete at the Olympia, it's different than Roelly flying from Kuwait to America to compete at the Olympia. So hopefully he's still able to get there. I think it's looking like he's going to be able to get there, so hopefully it's not an issue at all. And you see my comment there, goon light. That's the new term, man. That's how I'm referring to everyone that takes a picture under this crazy gym lighting. You guys all know what I'm talking about. You find that perfect spot in the gym and find that one spot. It's got the crazy lighting, and that's where you take every single picture that you post on the gram. That is the goon light. Everybody was dancing in the goon light. Dancing in the goon light, everybody. Okay, so next up in the news, speaking of goon light, you've got the goon light champion himself, Chris Bumstead. So Chris Bumstead posted another physique update. I mean, man, Chris, like I said, every single day Chris has a new physique update. This time a side chest, again, under the goon light, looking like he's in really good shape. He also just dropped a new YouTube video going through his hamstring workout 5 weeks out from the Mr. Olympia, where he plans to defend his title against the man he defeated, Breon Ansley. And let me look at Breon's page here. We got to get a physique update from Breon too, because they've both been insanely good about posting these physique updates. Man, Breon has a posing video. Let's look at this. So Breon has a video. It looks like doing a most muscular. It looks like he's under some goon light himself. That's the only shot he's hitting in that video. He's got. This is probably one of my favorite videos that he's posted. This front double bicep with a vacuum pose. I really like to see Breon hitting the vacuum pose. In the past, like I said, when Breon was winning the Olympia, he rarely ever hit a vacuum pose. I don't think he ever did hit one on stage at the Olympia, but now in these off-season videos and these posing videos and these training videos, he's hitting a vacuum pose almost every time he hits a front double bicep. And I think it does a lot for his physique in terms of making him look more classic. He definitely has a more bodybuilder-esque physique versus a classic physique. But when he hits that vacuum pose, I think it really helps the way his physique looks. And I'm glad to see him hitting that now. Breon has really separated and really strong abs. So in the past, he has hit a front double bicep with a crunched abdominal pose to kind of highlight that separation. But I'm curious to see if this year on the Olympia stage, he's going to start hitting the front double bicep like this with a vacuum pose next to Chris Bumstead, who arguably, while Chris has weaker biceps than Breon, his front double bicep looks so good because of his V-taper and that vacuum pose that he hits with the front double bicep, further accentuating the V-taper that Chris has. So it's going to be an interesting battle this year, and I think Breon is looking probably his best ever against Chris this year, looking to reclaim that title. So shout out to both Chris and Breon. Now, next up, Labrada Nutrition was kind enough to sponsor today's video again. So I'm going to go ahead and roll their video for you guys. Make sure you click the link in the description box below if you guys are interested in any Labrada products. The link will be in the description as always. And without further ado, here is the video. Now, next up in the news, let's talk about Hafthor Bjornsson versus Eddie Hall. Hafthor recently on his Twitch channel made the surprising announcement that he's actually going to have an exhibition fight, a boxing match, prior to the fight with Eddie Hall. So he actually announced this on his Twitch earlier today. Now, he says in that stream that he can't tell you the date yet, but it's going to happen very, very soon, and he can't tell you the name of the guy that he's boxing, but he does say the guy that he's boxing is a professional boxer already, and he is the same height as Eddie Hall. So we're going to get kind of a little bit of a preview of Eddie versus Hafthor with this exhibition match. So here, I'm going to roll that clip for you guys right here. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below.
I just want to tell you guys are the first people to know that I have an exhibition fight coming up soon. I can't say the date yet, but it is soon. So stay tuned out. The guy that I'm gonna do this exhibition match with, I can't say his name yet, but he's a professional boxer, same height as Eddie and right-handed like Eddie. So I made sure that I have someone.
Now, next up in the news, big Ramy update. So the page that I've been going to that has the recent big Ramy updates, Sam Samoy. So he's a friend of Big Ramy. He's been training with Big Ramy, and he's been posting a lot of training videos and updates of Big Ramy that we know for a fact are recent. We know when Big Ramy posts physique updates, sometimes they're not very recent. But Sam Samoy, particularly on his stories, he posts a lot of training videos of Ramy lately. So if you guys are looking for recent videos and recent pictures of Big Ramy leading up to his Olympia appearance, Sam Samoy is where you can find it. In the most recent video that he posted on his story, Big Ramy doing probably my favorite movement here, the curl. Now, those are Techno Gym plates, I believe. I believe those are 5 kg plates, so it's not nothing crazy. But seeing Big Ramy curl is always a good thing. Seeing anybody curl is always a good thing. I love the strict curl, even though these aren't strict curls, but anyway, you get to see Big Ramy curling. Again, he's been working out in a hoodie in most of the workout videos that we've seen lately, so you can't really tell how he's looking. But if you guys are looking for those recent updates, check out Sam Samoy's page on Instagram. He's got a lot of recent Ramy pictures and videos on there. Now, next up in the news, Calum von Moger apparently is still not very happy with what I said about his Mr. Universe appearance and earning his pro card. Now, honestly, guys, I don't think he watched the actual video of what I said about him because he posted this post. He also posted a couple stories that I feel like were directed at me, and he removed me from his follower list and made his account private. So he obviously didn't like what I had to say in that second video either. And he put this picture, I guess this is his backup Instagram, with the caption, "Calum wasn't in shape. Yeah, okay, bud." And in the comments, he was kind of alluding to the fact that this was directed at me. And you guys know, a lot of you guys were defending me in the comment section. I never said his conditioning was bad. I never said he wasn't in shape. In fact, I believe my exact words was his conditioning was great. His conditioning was excellent. And my criticism was mainly the shape that Calum had, the structure that Calum had for classic physique, and the fact that he didn't look as full as he looked in his Instagram pictures. I honestly believe I didn't say anything in my video that wasn't true with my criticism of Calum's appearance. I also said that he deserved his pro card. I said if that's the criteria for him to win, if all you got to do is win your height class or place second in your height class, again, there were 13 pro cards given out there. I said if that was the criteria, he absolutely deserved it, and I'm not questioning the fact that he won his pro card. So I wasn't hating on him at all, but I did want to give my honest criticism because with the first video, he said it was a bad criticism, so I wanted to go more in depth. But you guys were defending me in the comment section. A lot of you guys were saying, who said that? No one said that. They were saying, no one criticized your conditioning because obviously I didn't. So I don't know who he's directing that at, but I've seen him in the comment section of his recent video on YouTube, in the comment section of these Instagram posts, and in his stories, kind of directing it at me. But you guys have done a good job of defending me. I've got no beef with Calum. I honestly gave, I thought, a pretty fair analysis of his physique. I don't think I said anything that wasn't true. I compared him to Chris Bumstead, and that was mainly to demonstrate my point about the shape of his lats and how he doesn't have a great V-taper from the front for classic physique. It wasn't comparing him to Chris Bumstead to say, you know, you should be on Chris's level. Obviously, Chris is Mr. Olympia, but comparing the shape of what they're looking for in a classic physique champion like Chris Bumstead and comparing the shape of Calum von Moger to his shape really demonstrates the point that I was trying to make. Obviously, Calum, who just earned his pro card, isn't going to be on the same level that Chris is on. But you guys understood that for the most part, and you guys generally knew. I wasn't talking crap about Calum. I was giving a really in-depth, and I thought a really fair criticism. So Calum, if you're watching this, I'm sorry if you were offended by anything that I said, but I really feel like I was very fair with my criticism. I didn't say you were in bad shape. I do agree you were in really good shape, and I agree that you should have won your class. I do agree with that. I think the guys in the overall, that all of them looked better than Calum, and Calum didn't win the overall, so I don't have a problem with that either. I don't think that was controversial. So they did beat Calum. Calum did not win the overall. Again, 13 pro cards were given out here, and it was by height category. So I don't have a problem with that. I was just making the point that Calum just didn't look as good as I think a lot of us expected him to look, and as he looked in some of his Instagram pictures. So thank you guys for defending me in those in the comment section there. I believe Calum actually called me a dumbass at one point in his YouTube comment section. But you guys are smart. You guys know the deal. You guys saw the video. You guys know exactly what I meant, and I appreciate you guys for defending me. I love you guys. And Calum, I wish nothing but the best for you as well in your future in classic physique. I was just giving an honest criticism of your appearance. You're a big celebrity. You earned your pro card. It's something that people are going to talk about. I guess you just got to deal with that. Now, next up in the news, Lionel Beyeke put up a pretty lengthy post on Instagram after his Romania MuscleFest Pro appearance where he took 5th place. Obviously, Regan Grimes won that show. Now, he put up this post in French, but I've got the translation for you guys. I'm going to put it up on the screen here and read a part of it. So basically, he says, first of all, he wants to thank you guys. It's been 2 years since I got back on stage. It was a pleasure for me to do the 18. I've been persecuted for 18 months because I'm not allowed to practice my bodybuilder pro job. Every time I prepare for a competition, I have to apply to participate. So to be honest with you guys, I'm not entirely clear what he's referring to or who he's applying to ask permission. Like, I don't know who he's directing that at, if it's the French government, if it's something to do with traveling, something to do with passports, visas, whatever. I'm not entirely sure who that's directed at, but I know that he has had a lot of issues ever since his coach, his trainer, Eric Favre, had some pretty significant legal issues maybe a year or so ago. And I know that those issues involve Lionel Beyeke because his coach kind of went down for what happened with that. I know that Lionel Beyeke was kind of collateral damage to that, and he's had a lot of issues since then. So I think that is what he's referring to, but I'm not entirely sure what he's directing that at. And he says, the thing I've been doing for 18 months now, except every time I apply, I'm systematically denied. I'm passing through a number of requests that I've made since the whole period I've been denied. I prepared for Spain 2020, Alicante, and as usual, I did not receive permission to participate in this competition. So again, I'm kind of guessing that he's referring to permission to leave the country to compete. I think that is specifically what he's talking about here. Because typically, if you have a major criminal case pending against you, they're not going to let you leave the country, and I think that is what he's referring to here. But again, I'm not entirely sure because the translation here is kind of rough. And he says, a refusal again for Alicante, Spain. I stopped preparation for Spain in hopes that 2 weeks until Romania I could get deal further to my call. This is a crazy story. I wanted to take the stage despite having no time to prepare. So like I told you guys in the last video, he prepared for this show in Romania with like 2 weeks notice. So he basically prepped for 2 weeks and still wound up in 5th place, so not too shabby. He says that the ranking there basically didn't matter. He just wanted to step on stage again. He just wanted to compete again, and he's still working towards freedom and being allowed to compete as he wishes. So I guess we're going to see. Again, I'm not entirely sure what the charges are or what exactly his legal situation is, but again, I know his coach, Eric Favre, had a massive legal situation that impacted Lionel Beyeke. Now, the final story that I have for you guys today, the Natural Mr. Olympia wrapped up this past weekend. So this is a pretty interesting one. The winner of that show, Mishak Oching. So he posted these pictures from his victory. He is your 2020 Natural PNBA Mr. Olympia. And he looked really incredible here. So I wanted to pose the question to you guys. How do you think he looked? Do you think he's really natural? If he is natural, he looked absolutely phenomenal. From these pictures that he posted on Instagram, he looked great. I know that Ryan Terry, whatever his name is, I believe he's won it before. He was in that lineup, and he's next to him there. He's the taller guy. So he just looks phenomenal. If he's really natural, he is one of the best natural bodybuilders that I've ever seen in my life. And I wanted to give him a hearty congratulations for that victory at the PNBA 2020 Mr. Olympia. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Natty or not, it's up to you. That's going to wrap it up for the video today, guys. I hope you did, in fact, enjoy it. Please give it a thumbs up if you did, in fact, enjoy it. Please subscribe to this channel if you have not subscribed yet already. As always, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Nick Strength and Power, signing out.